Well, here we are at the very final session of the very final day of this 15th edition of the Toronto Global Forum. Thank you to all of you who've been a part of this for the past 3 days. What a series of conversations we've had. And I can't tell you how pleased I am to be able to share final comments with Joe Clark, the president of the Toronto Global Forum. Welcome.
Thank you, Catherine.
And congratulations.
Thank you. It has been an exceptional 3 days. That last panel on the blue economy, Francis has been spending some time sort of educating me on the blue economy. Blows me away. He asked the question, what else can I do? You got to tell that story. You really have to tell that story to audiences like this, and I'm talking about investors, I'm talking about just ordinary Canadians, to understand the opportunities there. Phenomenal.
Joe, tell us a little bit about the hybrid model, because you managed to transition successfully for this conference to a hybrid model with strong in-person and strong online attendance. What has this model allowed you to do that you might not have been able to do with a more traditional in-person event?
Great question. You know, Catherine, I'm going to answer it in the first instance by saying, quoting Lisa Raitt of CIBC, and she said something to Steve Hudson at the very beginning of the first day, is, I didn't realize how tall people are.
I think at that point people were thinking, thank God she said tall and not wide, because that's another problem with the pandemic too.
So I would say that clearly there's a sense of, I don't know whether it's relief, euphoria among the people and delegates and speakers here at finally being able to have one-on-one conversations, be able to express views, get feedback. But on the other side, the dynamics of the hybrid model, the virtual side, where we can have thousands of people all around the world, and I've been checking with my tech team to say, you know, are they engaged? And he's saying, it'd blow you away at how much conversation is taking place, how many job ideas are going on. So it's really quite exceptional.
So what are some of the highlights? You've made a couple of points about some of the sessions. What are some of the highlights of the past 3 days?
I mentioned the blue economy, mentioned Lisa Raitt.
It was a great conversation today with Wes Hall and...
Yeah, I was going to say, Catherine, the conversation around diversity and inclusion, it culminated in their conversation for sure, but it permeated throughout all of the discussions. And so while we think of the City of Toronto of being very diverse, inclusive, the conversation actually transcended, you know, the City of Toronto, the province of Ontario, transcended Canada. It's something that the entire world has to look at in terms of moving, I guess I'd call it sort of the bedrock of the economy. It's that inclusivity, that inclusiveness and diversity that is going to be the strength of this city, of this province, of the country, and ultimately of the world.
What's next for the Toronto Global Forum?
Ooh. Well, after I get a good night's sleep, I think, you know, what's next is, you know, we're going to re-engage in discussions with our partners and our speakers. There's so much that comes out of a conference like this. It's something that can't sort of end with the discussion here. So the tech team is putting together all kinds of videos. We're posting them on YouTube so that people can re-watch or watch for the first time. These conversations really are important and must continue.
Well, you have heard it here. We are in the final session. This is it, Joe. I really do congratulate you, and I thank the audience members too, who have dedicated their time and their energy throughout the week so far to being a part of this Toronto Global Forum.
So, Catherine, let me just conclude by, first of all, thanking you. Great job. I heard all kinds of accolades about how you sort of moderated sessions.
I'm so glad that my conversations out in the hall, egging people on, have worked, Joe.
So also to our speakers, those that attended virtually, those that attended in person, It was really wonderful, and the quality of the speakers was absolutely extraordinary. To our partners, our lifeblood, right? We've got to have those partnerships, and we do truly work in partnership. It's not sponsorships, and I know there's maybe a little sort of euphemism that goes along with it, but it is true partnerships where we are working to try and ensure, like the blue economy, that stories that aren't being told loudly enough and widely enough, they have the platform, and that's what we try to work with. I guess partners, if I start going down that path, and you know what that path is, but I do want to mention Cogeco, our presenting partner, really, really important to us. I guess thanks to the staff, all the folks behind the scenes that put this stuff on. They work on the Toronto Global Forum. They'll start working on it tomorrow. And so, you know, the work that they put in and the quality of what comes out is absolutely extraordinary. I guess the last people that I want to thank are actually the people that are attending, the people that are learning, whether in person or online. They too are a lifeblood. We count on them day in, day out, and we hope that you have enjoyed it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank
you very much for putting this together. Again, thank you to our audience. I'll echo Joe's comments. Really appreciate your presence here. Of course, this is part of the International Economic Forum of the Americas Network. So we have our Conference of Paris that's coming up in just a couple of weeks too. So stay tuned to the network. There are always things going on, and we truly look forward, I know, Joe, you certainly do, to welcoming people back next year as well. Alors, je vous souhaite un grand merci. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, congratulations,
And
Joe.
thank you, and congratulations to you too, Catherine.